Hello, this is Love of Truth Tarot, and I'm doing this pick a card reading. What do you need to focus on at this time? And I'm just saging for you guys, and then we're going to get into the reading. So obviously, we have Father for pile number 1, which is authority. Then we have Musician for pile number 2, which it says sound. And then we have pile number 3, Artist, and then Creativity. So pick your pile now. I only have cards, I don't have crystals, but there's a piece of the sage on there. And yeah, I'll see you guys in your pile. Okay, if you chose pile number 1, this is going to be a reading, and don't mind the Empress sideways. I'll explain that in a second. I did not clear the energy with the singing bowl, but I'm going to do that now. Okay. So, I'm going to pull cards as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to pull cards as I'm talking or if I'm just going to continue or just explain things as they are right now. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that first. So, I'm going to read from the book, from this card, where the cards were. Sorry for the shakiness here. But you picked Father and Authority. So, sorry for all the technical difficulties, but here we go. When the father ancestor appears, you will no doubt first consider your own father and what he means to you. Many have experienced the father wound in the form of an abusive or absent father figure, which leaves a seemingly indelible imprint on the psyche. Others have idealized their fathers such that they can do no wrong and have attempted to mimic his glorified version or rebelled against it by charting their own course. No matter which story you hold, that father is internalized and often unconsciously projected onto others, male and female alike. Yet this father ancestor offers a different perspective, one of strong masculine presence and clear spiritual authority, mitigated and proffered. Actually, I don't know what that word is. Proffered, with deep love and compassion. If you think you may be carrying a version of this father wound, it's time to begin the process of healing and release any anger, hurt, shame, and guilt that has a grip on you. These emotions not only cause a tremendous amount of pain, they also limit your capacity to trust in your own internal authority. Once you begin to see your father as having once been a wounded little boy who has found his way into an adult body, forgiveness and compassion for this fallible human being becomes a distinct possibility. Write an unsent letter of forgiveness to your father, whether he is alive or not. Read it to someone you trust and feel safe with. Then ceremonially burn it. Repeat as necessary. This will release any remaining hold that your father may have on you and letting go of this internalized image of your father. You make space to trust in your own authority. Not a rigid fundamentalist authority, but one that is found in the deep recesses of your soul and heart. Your path is yours, and when guided by the father ancestor's presence in your life, you need not blindly accede to another's authority, but you can learn to trust in the authority of the God self within. Wow. That is eye-opening, you guys. So, that said a lot, but so obviously you might be thinking about your father, whether he's here or not, alive or dead, and how you felt with your father. Now, you might even have not even known your father, or maybe your father wasn't around, or maybe your father wasn't there at all to begin with. So, I think that whatever pain that you went through regarding your father affected you now and today. Basically, that's what they were saying, and a lot more. So release any pain, like the anger, the guilt, any emotions that have a huge amount of pain on you, like a heavy weight. Release those. Hold on, guys. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm having cat issues. They're calling at the door here. Okay. So, basically, release these heavy feelings of whatever may have happened with your father, or if your father wasn't around, or whatever situation, or yeah, whatever your situation is and your family dynamic, because we're all different, right? But basically, have forgiveness and compassion regardless of this, whatever your situation is with your father, because, and then they say to burn it, write it down as an unsent letter of forgiveness to your father, and then read it to someone you trust and feel safe with, and then ceremonially burn it. So you don't necessarily have to, but it would be a good idea to do if there are feelings associated with your father that you might have to release that have been weighing you down. But this, okay, the other side of this could be that you're now a father, or there's a fatherly figure in your life. It could even be, a husband that is the father to your child, or it's just the father to your child, period, Or you just might be in that authority position like a father would be. So take it as it applies to you, But I think that what this is teaching you, all in all, depending on what situation the father role is in your life, whether it's you or someone else, I think that it's telling you to learn to trust that authority within yourself. It says, your path is yours, and when guided by the Father ancestor's presence in your life, you need not blindly accede to another's authority, but can learn to trust in the authority of the God self within. So trust yourself. Trust that you have the authority and the wherewithal and the will and the strength in your life. And you also are showing others, whether it's your children or people that are younger than you. It doesn't have to be about age, but I'm getting that there's children that are looking up to you. So it's like, harness, even if your father didn't treat you well, alchemize that energy and turn it into something beautiful. Like what was done to you in a negative way, an abusive way maybe, or neglect or whatever, confusion, turn that into something that you want for your children, or that you would want to see more of in the world. Be that example of authority, of true, real authority, which really is having self-control and not trying to control others outside of yourself. Because once you have self-control, then everything else works out for you. Control will just be there. Authority is really about, like they said, it's the God-given authority that we have within ourselves. So, all right, no cards are coming out now, but we can move on to the next card. So, surrender the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. So, I'm getting is, for some of you, this does relate to your father, like we were saying, or a father figure, an authority figure in your life. Maybe you feel like what they've done, you wish you could, like I was saying about the control, it's inside. It's almost like you feel like you wish you could change how they treated you or how they are, because you know that it's not right. But it's saying it doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. So like I was saying, alchemize that energy. Take that energy that was like a non-deserving energy towards you, that abusive energy, whatever it was. Take that, alchemize it, change it, turn it into something beautiful, and allow yourself to heal. Because a lot of the times, I think we can hold on to anger, resentment, or worry. And, again, we only have control of ourselves. So the best thing you can do in these situations is work on your own power. Because if we're relying on what was done to us, what was said to us, even if we're angry at it, even if we're like resenting it, it's still damaging to us. So we have to learn how to let that go and release it and forgive. But it doesn't mean forgiving is like, forgiveness to me is more of like a letting go of the anger, or I mean, you can still be angry and still forgive somebody, but letting go of the attachment of, like, it starts to control your life, and this is what the main message is like, don't let these outer circumstances, whatever has happened to you by this father figure, don't let it consume you. But again, this might have to do with a son as well, like a father with their son or with their child. Doesn't have to be a son, but I'm feeling like this person, maybe you're just like, you really want, if you are a male, if you you really want to be a good father to your children. I mean, you could be it's not about gender, because you can be any gender, but it's more so the authority figure. So you want to be a good example. You do want to be a good authority figure for your children to look up to and follow, like a good role model. So again, it goes back to your self-control, and it goes back to your own healing. And that's it's the most important thing. And then we have passion and pleasure, savor your life. So, obviously, enjoy your life. Enjoy the times and the moments that you have with your family. Whether this is your father, or whether this is your child, or just family in general, your loved ones, and just live in the moment and enjoy the beautiful times that you have with one another. I see that they're dancing around a fire at moonlight and playing music, singing, dancing. The moon represents psychic energy. and tapping into your intuition. It's also, think about it, it's sensitivity too, because you have to be very sensitive in order to be intuitive as well, to pick up on the energies. So it might mean that you're maybe extremely sensitive from what has happened to you from this father figure. And look at how the girl is putting her hand on her heart. Let me just show you guys. And she looks like, and she's got her bow and arrow too. That's really cool. I never really looked at it for a long time. But it's like, she looks a little distraught. She looks hurt a little bit. But she's also like, well, I'm a warrior because, you know, I got my bow and arrow. Maybe she felt like you guys felt that you always had to defend yourself, or, you know, it's interesting because when I was shuffling the cards, I did see the word defend on one of my cards. And then this one came out. Lied to, hurt by, confused, betrayed. So you were taken for granted or used. We're just going to leave that there because that's what I'm getting from this. But I think what this card is saying is like, enjoy your life because that's over now. And now, like I said, you can alchemize that energy and be a better person than how you were treated. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so, and then we have finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. Sometimes you probably feel like you just want to get away. I don't know, actually, I don't know if you're still in the situation maybe with your father, or you don't want, it's, what I'm also getting is you don't want to continue this energy, and treat your children or your future children this way that you were treated. Okay, and then we have confusion, no clarity, or mixed signals. So you might be feeling confused about what has happened to you. Maybe you just found something out that happened to you when you were younger. I don't know why I'm picking that up too. Or you just feel like there's mixed signals from an authority figure. No clarity on maybe how they were supposed to treat you. Or maybe it was mixed, again, yeah, mixed signals. So like, you didn't know whether you could trust them or not. That's another thing I'm getting. So we have the Empress too. The Empress came out reversed, but then it was, when I put it back in the pile, it was upright. So I was like, well, let me just put it like that, sideways. So the Empress is all about receiving and nurturing energy, loving energy, self-love. Whoa, just got a bunch of things. So she takes care of herself, she values herself, she has a lot of self-worth, and she has a soft side to her too, which is interesting. She's the opposite of the Emperor. Well, I mean, she is obviously the wife or the, you know, partner of the Emperor. But it's interesting how her energy is the opposite of the Emperor. That's what I wanted to say. Like, okay, the authority figure, I get it. Okay. Authority is linked with the Emperor. The Empress is the opposite and more so has a different sort of authority. It's an attracting, like things come to her, a receiving type of energy, a softer, motherly energy. So what I'm feeling is that you want to tap more into that. Like you might have been feeling, because, okay, reverse, you might have been feeling unloved. Or maybe you felt that you weren't lovable. Probably from these mixed signals. But this whole reading is, okay, what do we need to focus on? Well, what you need to focus on is giving yourself love. Instead of, I know this is pretty painful, but it's like, instead of focusing on the pain, like, of course you feel your feelings. And we can feel them and then release. But the point is to release the feelings. Not to say they won't ever pop up again, but it's like, it's very important. Because you don't want to harbor these feelings and then become, like I said, become like the person that did these things to you. So with the Empress, you want to embody more of a soft, gentle, understanding type of energy. And maybe not, I'm hearing also, don't be so rigid. Not to say you are, but that's probably what this energy has done to you and projected onto you. So don't project that onto others, basically. Like, focus on the fact that you naturally are the Empress. You naturally are this Empress upright because you realize what that pain has done to you. It's like it made you more loving and more caring. That's beautiful, because, and more nurturing. And it's because you went through this. You dealt with this personally. So let me get one more card on this. The Empress card, please. Can you give me a clarifying card? Okay, well, here you go. Confirmation, you're right. So what I was saying was, basically, I'm right. I'm verifying. This is verifying what I was saying about this. And your intuition was right as well. So your intuition about this situation, whatever you thought, felt about it, is true. It is right. It's on point. So don't... Also, I'm hearing, don't doubt yourself. And you don't need to prove anything to anyone either. And then also what I'm getting is all is well. Like the universe and God is saying, just allow things to be what they are. Because all is well. Savor your life, passion and pleasure. Focus on your family. Focus on the new beginnings that you can have. The beautiful life that you're living now, or that you're aspiring, to be, or to live this life. Like, focus on that. Confidence too. You are very confident, and it's important to be confident at this time. Compassion, care, and understanding. I don't know where to put any of these things, but I'm just going to keep layering if more comes out. Show that compassion and care to yourself mainly first, and then that's going to show to others. That's going to eventually, if you care and you love yourself, you take care of yourself, you're going to eventually, not eventually, but you're going to, I always say in turn, you're going to in turn be that for others. You're going to be compassionate towards others, because you know what it feels like. With what you've been through. I'm not saying that all of this is negative. This could be more of a positive thing as well, but obviously you were betrayed. and hurt. Wow, this is crazy because I saw this card before and now it popped up again. This is alignment. Basically, it's saying like align with who you really are and do not deny who you are. And that things are happening for you. Wands, fiery energy, spiritual, and then it says tap into your spiritual, opening to your spiritual source. So open up to your spiritual self. Whatever that may be, you know. Any more cards for pile number 1? Here's another one. Stillness, peace, relaxation, calm, solitude, tranquility. So basically, this is kind of similar to the finding sanctuary. Find a place where you can be quiet and maybe go over in your mind what has happened in the past. And sometimes it might pop up at random times and you might need to just take a minute, take a moment to yourself to sorry, I'm being distracted. Maybe that's another thing for you. You feel like you're being distracted by other things and it's hard for you to sometimes take that moment of peace or, you know, find a quiet place so you can be still and just listen to listen to God and what God has to tell you. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. But it's very important to have that peace of mind, you know, so you can have these spiritual downloads, so to say, or these things will come to you and how to heal and how to move through this pain. And then we have growth. So all in all, you are growing from this, and whatever was done to you, you are not doing it to others. You're continuing to do whatever you need to improve. Some of these don't have extra words on them because I'm in the middle of adding to these cards because it's just been taking a while, but yeah, it's been a long journey. It's been a long journey. Okay. Yeah, so it's been a long time coming, and it's been a long journey. And you've been through a lot. I think it's time that you deserve that peace, that stillness, that happiness, and that enjoyment of life again. Not to say that you haven't been enjoying life, but you definitely do deserve that. So that's all I have for today for pile number 1. Thank you very much for watching. And if you like the video, please like. If you want to subscribe, please do so as well. I really appreciate all the subscribers so far. And yes, I'm just starting out, but I really appreciate every single one of you. All right, guys, have a good day. Bye. Hi guys, if you picked pile number 2, this is going to be your reading, and I forgot to do the clearing of the energy with my singing bowl, so I'm going to do that before your reading. Okay, so what you have is the musician. I almost said the magician, so maybe that has something to do with it. You feel like you're manifesting things right now in your life. So I'm going to read from the book. Probably would have helped if I had this already marked. Okay. So, and this was the card for one of my card of the days. Forgot when it was, but that might be significant as well. Okay, so I'm going to read it. The origin of music likely occurred when our prehistoric forebears listened to naturally occurring sounds and rhythms and made attempts to mimic them. They undoubtedly incorporated patterns and repetition and varied the pitch, quality, and volume to produce simple songs and rhythms. The first musical instrument was, in all likelihood, the human voice, which can create a vast range of sounds, including humming, singing, and whistling, as well as clicking, coughing, and yawning. As long as we humans could hear, there has been a continuous array of sounds that resonate in our bodies, minds, and souls, urging us as listeners to recreate and expand on what was heard. From these primal beginnings, the creation of melodic and rhythmic songs evolved, from simple to complex, imprinted with the diversity and influence of the culture in which they originated. The vast array of musical choices available today provides evidence of how music is an integral part of the human experience. Pause for a few moments. Listen intently. Notice what you hear. Can you hear and feel the pulsations of your heartbeat? The soft sound and sensation of your breathing with its quiet, steady rhythm? Pay attention to the sounds around you. Notice them without evaluating, analyzing, or interpreting them. When you go into nature, what do you hear? Perhaps it's the chirping of crickets on a warm summer night, or the soft whispers of trees dancing with the breeze. Imagine yourself there now and notice how you feel. Like your long ago ancestors, try to recreate and express the sounds you hear. You are capable of creating music whether you claim it or not. This ancestor is urging you to recapture the magic of making music, a creative expression that soothes, stirs, and incites the soul. Let go of any self-consciousness and allow yourself to appreciate music as an integral part of your life. So, self-explanatory, obviously, tap into music, period. Whether you're listening to it, making music, or, going to a concert, or just beating a drum, like they said, tapping, or even yawning. But obviously, you want to probably tap into it a little bit more. Now, it's interesting because the next card is Surrender to Silence. So it's like there's this duality thing going on here. There's sound, but then there's silence. Maybe it's like saying the sound of your soul. Like, listen to the music within yourself. Maybe instead of external music and external sounds, what is the music inside of your heart saying to you? But I'm going to read this one. Surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. It's interesting because it was saying music is healing as well. Music is healing, but silence is also healing. So that's interesting. Maybe it's saying there's a time and a place for sound, and then there's a time and a place for silence. But this is obviously a reading of what to focus on. And like I said, it could just be the music inside of your soul. I'm going to get another card from my deck that I made on this. Can you please give me a card on what pile number 2 should focus on? Okay. So we have Leo. You might be a Leo or a fire sign, But you also might just embody these characteristics, or you might have to focus. Like, again, this reading is on what do you focus on? What are we supposed to focus on? Focus on these aspects of yourself. And then we have on track, on time, on point, exact, precise. So you're on the right track. And Leo, yes, they're very courageous, trusting, enthusiastic. We can go on. I mean, obviously you can read these when they're on here. What I'm getting is that there's, like this says, on time. There's a time, there's a place for sound, noise, music. There's a time for silence, quiet, meditation, contemplation. I think it's like saying whatever's working out for you, or you might have a lot of sound around you. Maybe there's a lot of commotion, and then you need that quiet time. Or maybe you're a musician, right? And it's important to focus on the silence as well to balance that out. Okay, now I'm getting it. You might not be a musician, but you might listen to music a lot, or you might just have a lot of sounds going on around you. It could even be birds chirping. Not to say that that's not healing or relaxing or cannot be included in your meditation. Of course it can, and it's very good, I think, to incorporate nature and the sounds of nature. But I'm just feeling too that some of you guys just have a lot of commotion and a lot of noise around you, so it's important to surrender to that silence. And then we have Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. Oh, I didn't put these cards down. I guess I could just lay these over here for now. But yeah, like, embody these energies as well. And Leos are very loving, and they're connected to the heart chakra. I mean, the heart chakra is, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Like, okay, every zodiac sign has a body part associated with them, and with Leo, it's the heart. So that's interesting because it says Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. And then I see a lot of nature. I see a lot of leaves and trees, and maybe you love being in nature and it's telling you to go into nature, and that's what's gonna allow the love in your heart to flow. Yeah, whether it's like looking up at the stars at night, being in water, you know, and then the leaves keep popping up. And so when I see leaves, or I see greenery, or I see anything connected to nature, it's like saying there's growth in tapping into that solitude. And again, we have solitude. So there's growth when you're in solitude, when you're in silence. I think a lot of people don't realize, like, they think everybody thinks we have to, like, do. We have to go in order to learn, in order to grow. And it's funny I said learn, because I just got teacher as well. I was just kind of holding on to it. I'm going to put that there too. So what I'm getting from this is by the experiences, because that's what I'm getting mostly, is it's your experience in being in solitude, which I can read this card. Solitude and silence, peace prevails. that experience of peace when you need it, when there's so many things happening around you, when there's so many noises and sounds and maybe even just people talking a lot around you. It's like you need to focus on what's going to help you grow and what is going to enrich your experiences, even when you're listening to music, making music around a lot of noise and sounds and all that. Does that make sense? Hopefully. So, and then we have the Four of Wands, and that is mainly the card of celebration and support, and it could be a major event like a wedding or graduation. It's basically like celebrating your accomplishments, your achievements, and your friends and family. I get like a best friend energy from this. Your friends and family being there for you. And then the wands also are fire energy. So we have Leo with the fire energy as well. So it's like, what I'm getting to is tap into your passions. So focus on what makes you feel alive and passionate and like this, enthusiastic and independent, playful, fiery, fearless, courageous. And I wrote trusting 2 times. I just realized that. Proud. See, people are proud of you, and be proud of yourself for how far you've come. And also be proud to, it's funny, look, oh my gosh. Friends and family, get together, support, love, understanding. So there's definitely importance with family here, support. And people, like, I think I'm getting to is like they will understand if you need that solitude, if you need that time away. Like, I think that people enjoy, like, that's probably where that sound comes from, is like there's a lot of people around you or like support, which is great. And it's, you know, they love you and they care about you and they're there for you. But at the same time, they understand that you need to have your solitude as well. You need your peace of mind, you know? Maybe you feel like you don't have time to get that peace of mind, I guess. But it's important, again, it's what we need to focus on. So what do we need to focus on? That solitude and being with ourselves too. Because like Leo, they're very, I didn't write this, but they're very social as well. They're very like, they're like popular usually, you know, because they're out there in the open, they're in the spotlight. So maybe you're in the spotlight, maybe you are a musician, and maybe you're just like, man, I just need to get away for a little bit. And I think that the people, even your fans, maybe if you have fans, that they're like, hey, we understand, I get it, you know, you got to take time to yourself for once in a while, you know, once in a while. And then it's interesting, we have healthy patterns, well-being, be mindful, self-care, listening to what we need. Yep. So you need solitude and you need to focus on your well-being. You need to listen to yourself, be mindful of when it's a little bit too much for you. And then we have, it might work, but put your eggs in other baskets to be safe. And, you know, that saying, don't put your eggs in all your eggs in one basket. So basically, don't just keep like you naturally have this energy, this Leo energy, this playful, enthusiastic, and, you know, wild, like really fun loving energy, which is great, and people love that. But don't put all your eggs in that basket of constantly being stimulated by sound, music, people. It could be animals. It could be anything that deals with too much commotion, you know. But I'm also getting this too. This is interesting. You're a black sheep, so you might feel like an outcast, a chosen one. You are a chosen one. That's what I'm getting. People might have bullied you. I feel like a misfit. Any of these, individualist, a rebel. And yeah, and Leos go their own way. They don't, most of the time, they don't want to listen to what other people have to tell them because they feel they know what's best for themselves. And maybe that's where that's coming from as well. As far as like, maybe you think that it's okay to consistently be out there in the spotlight. Like, maybe that's what you enjoy, and that's fine. But I think, like I said, your heart is telling you to, like, voyage of the heart, Leo, linked with the heart, is telling you to, you know, create healthy patterns of that solitude and that meditation time, because your family and your friends, your fans, everybody that loves you understands, and they support you on this. They're there for you through everything. But you might feel this way sometimes, and it might be linked with this, it might not. You're like my little black sheep. Yeah, I did these kind of just randomly. So, you might feel like sometimes it's hard. Or maybe when you felt like when you took that time to yourself, that maybe people took it wrong in the past or something. But you're an individualist. Like, you think for yourself, you do things for yourself. You're definitely someone that people learn from. So, you are a teacher. You're teaching others. So people are looking up to you too. So just so you know that when these feelings of like, oh man, I really gotta just slow down and take some time to myself, just know that you might not want to do it, but it's gonna be good for you. It's gonna be healthy for you. And when you do that, other people are watching you. Other people that support you are watching you. And they're learning from you. So I think that's important as well, to help people know, like, yeah, it's okay to take time to yourself. Even if you're the most busiest person ever. I don't even know if that's a word, busiest. Yeah, I think so. I think I said it weird though. But, I think you're alchemizing, like you're turning this into, like you're showing people what this really is, what this really means. To be this black sheep. Like, yeah, maybe everybody blamed you for things, or like, you know, the scapegoat situation. But you're a chosen one, and people follow you. People look up to you. That's just what I'm getting. So it's like, you know, be that example for other people, that good example. For yourself first, but for other people, you know, in turn. Because they're watching. They look up to you. Any more cards for pile number 2? There we go. Get-togethers, support, love, understanding, friends, and family. So, like I said, you have a lot of support. You have a lot of understanding from others, so don't ever feel guilty, like, oh, well, I can't do that. You know, I have so many things going on, and I need to, like, be there for others. And the way you're going to be there for others is what I'm getting, again. the way you're going to be there for them and is to show them by what you're doing with the solitude, right? So you taking time out for yourself and respecting yourself, you're showing others what they need to do for themselves as well. And they're supporting you. So it's like, yeah. And then this. Stillness, peace, relaxation, calm, solitude, tranquility. It's there, you know? It's all there. Take that time. And it's weird because pile number 1 kind of had that, but it was a different situation. But the focus was to focus on yourself and focus on taking the time away. Attract. So you're going to attract more of what you want and need in life if you balance these things out and know when there's a time for the commotion, so to say, the loudness, the sound, the music, the singing, the, you know, maybe even making music. There's a time for that, and then there's a time to relax and sit back and just be with yourself, you know? So you can attract more of what you want, knowing and balancing this out and mastering this. That's what I want to say. Because remember, I thought I said magician at first. So you are the magician and you have all the tools. So to attract what you want, you just need to like know when to step into solitude and know when to continue whatever it is that you're doing that deals with sound and music. Or again, it could just be people, commotion, things happening around you. And then this one says, go for it. Yeah, go for it. Go relax. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Now what do you know? When it says go for it, Aries comes out, and Aries is very like go, go, go. Even though again I said that energy is more of a go, go, go energy, and you need to like balance it out with solitude. It's like saying go for it. It's another fire sign, you know. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else with that. Excuse me. They're also versatile. That's what I'm getting from this too, is like, so you can be both. You don't have to be only one, you know. Oh, wow, that flipped over. That was actually transformation that I got. And then this is drive. But yeah, balancing it out. I think you guys got it as far as this energy goes. Yeah. Balancing out the loud and proud energy. Because if you tap more into the Aries energy, it shows you how to be more versatile with things. Okay. So this one, transformation. I think that once you get in tune with all of this and you master it, it's, again, you're going to attract more. You're going to transform. You're going to transform your way of being and seeing life. And then drive is fast motion. I think that you're gonna accomplish this, and you're gonna do this very fast, because that's just the type of person you are. You're a fiery, again, look at that. Wands, fiery energy, spiritual. You're a fiery type of person. So you're definitely gonna just like go at this head on. You might be an Aries, or you might be a Leo, you might be a fire sign. You just might have a lot of that in your chart, and you also just might be that type of person. So go for it. Take that solitude, balance it out, and yeah, that's all I got. And if you guys like the video, please like it, and if you'd like to subscribe, please do so as well. And I really appreciate all the subscribers so far. I know there's not many, but I appreciate all of you, and I'm really excited with this channel, and I want to make it grow more. So appreciate all of you guys. Whoa. Thank you. All right, guys. See you later. Have a good day. Bye. All right, pile number 3. If you picked the artist, this is your pile. And I'm going to clear the energy because I forgot to do that in the beginning with my singing bowl. And I'm going to read from the book that I have here for the ancestor cards. And you are the artist. If I can find it, that would be great. 1 second. Okay. There's an unfortunate tendency, particularly in Western culture, to negate artistic expression. The dominance of left brain and linear thinking and the experience of being shamed by parents, family, peers, and society for pursuing creative endeavors such as drawing, painting, singing, dancing, and so on follow us into adulthood. These early experiences can get embedded in the psyche and the body and inhibit expression. Yet the archetype of the artist ancestor exists in everyone to some degree or another. It can show up when you appreciate the natural beauty of the world or when you gaze at a work of art. It can tug at your heartstrings and your inner artist, inspiring you to pause a few moments in breathtaking awe and prompt you to take action with your submerged artistic talents. The act of manifesting artistic expression requires you to listen closely to what inspires you and then take the necessary steps to see your vision through to completion. When artistic expression manifests in the physical realm, it has the distinct possibility of inspiring others. The artist ancestor that is hiding behind a cloak of fear and self-consciousness is willing to support you in this endeavor, as long as you're willing to allow them free rein. What is it that inspires you? What blocks you from following through? What are the fears that so far have prevented you from making art? What stories do you keep telling yourself that inhibit a passionate expression of this artistic legacy? As you identify these fears, know that the best way to overcome them is through taking risks and going for it. If you already consider yourself an artist, what has stopped you from moving your creative expressions further out into the world? It's time to honor those urgings, to seek the support of the ancestors for taking these risks, and to consistently set aside time to act on those internal promptings. After all, what have you got to lose? I love that. I think I would have picked this pile, to be honest. I don't know if we're supposed to say that, but I would pick it because I'm an artist and very creative as well. I'm an artist in many ways. But anyways, enough about me. It's like, what I'm getting from this is that what spoke the loudest to me was about the fears. Where was that? The artist ancestor that is hiding behind a cloak of fear and self-consciousness is willing to support you in this endeavor as long as you're willing to allow them free rein. So with this card, because like that's popping out to me too when I was reading that. Let go of the fearful stories you're telling yourself. Stay in the moment. Focus on solutions and celebrate every baby step forward. So you might feel like you have all these like creative ideas inside of you, and you might even have done a bunch of things with this creative energy. You might have painted a million paintings like me. You might have whatever. You might have written a lot of poems or songs or created a lot of songs, or you might have, I mean, we don't know. Everybody's different in what they do creatively. And maybe you've just been like keeping this maybe not entirely, but it's like hard for you to express this out to the world, or maybe lately you've been feeling that way, or you could have been having like a creative block. But I'm getting more so that it's harder for you to get these creative things, creations out into the world for whatever reason. But I think obviously the reason is fear. And the stories that we're telling ourselves. So it's like, be in the moment. And that was like a lot of the messages kind of that I got was like, be in the moment. And I mean, the other ones were more about solitude, but it's like, that's still like listening to yourself and being in the moment as well. Yeah, let go of what's holding you back. And I know that's easier said than done. But it's interesting how there's like a Saturn, there's a planet right here, Saturn, and then there's Saturn right there too. That might have something to do with it. Well, Saturn is Capricorn. Capricorn, I mean, it's not, it is Capricorn, but it's, Saturn rules Capricorn. And Capricorn's all about like building the 3D world, like the physical structures and what's realistic, what's real. Ambition as well. So it's like tap more into that ambition. But okay, what I'm mainly trying to get at with the Saturn thing and the Capricorn energy is that like it's all about bringing out things from like your ideas and stuff, but making it reality. Building, right? Every building, everything that you see outside of us has been thought about at one point or another. Someone had an idea and then they created something based off that idea, right? With your creativity, you're building things in a sense because you're creating it with what was in your mind. Now, I think what it's the message is saying, bring that out into the universe. Wondrous universe, walk in beauty. Your creations are beautiful. Accept that, you know? Like, what do you need to focus on? You need to focus on the fact that your creations are very beautiful. Your creations deserve to be seen or heard or whatever way you create. Experience. They need to be experienced in the physical world. So they've been kind of hiding out too long in your mind, hiding out too long with in your feelings, in your heart. And it could be physical, like you might have, like I said, I made a bunch of paintings, but that's a long story. But they might be sitting, you know, like for example, the paintings might just be sitting there in your closet. You know? So it's like it's time to bring those out. It's time to express all that to the world. And let go of those self-conscious, like, blocks, I guess you could say. Like, maybe you really enjoy your art and you know it's good and you like it and you love it. But maybe you're just, like, concerned, what if I put this out there? Like, maybe you just start thinking about all these things. And it's interesting I said thinking because I have the I've been holding on to this. The Aquarius energy. I'm going to put that there. Aquarius. You might be an Aquarius. You might have Aquarius in your chart. You might be an air sign. But mainly, I'm just getting that this is the type of person that you are. You're very talented. You're very inventive. You're very quirky and different and original. You're independent. You're eccentric. You're offbeat. And people want to see that, you know? Because they don't want the same old, you know? So your art, like I said, needs to be seen, wants to be seen. This one's like fading away, but it says pure happiness. Tap into that happiness that you have when you're creating. Don't lose that happiness, you know? Like, I know it's easy to say that, but that's the message that I'm getting. Yeah, you're a very, like, autonomous person. Like, you do things for yourself. You're independent. But you're also a humanitarian. You're also someone that wants to help lift the whole world up. You know, you're thinking about the future. You're thinking about everyone else. You're not just thinking about yourself. You're a very caring person. Yes, you're opinionated, and yes, you're a rebel. Yes, you're like eccentric, but people love to see what type of person you are. And what do you know? I got Capricorn, what I was talking about with the Saturn. And then stand your ground. So I think it's saying step more into this. Even though you are this energy, this Aquarius energy. And like Aquarius is, don't get me wrong, they're very determined. They're very like, they go for what they want too, but it's a different type of energy, I guess you could say. They're very confident. I'm an Aquarius moon, so I know what that's, I know what this energy is all about. I think I'm more of Aquarius than anything, but then it's like saying, tap into this, tap into that Capricorn energy that you might be a Capricorn. You might have Capricorn or Earth in your chart as well. Or you might be an Earth sign. But it's like saying, okay, since we have all this, we're very creative people. Let's put that out into the world, like I was saying, in the physical. Work hard on it. Be practical. Like, you already have all of these qualities, which I feel like you do. It's just, like, tapping into it, Let's see. I did get opportunity as well. So there might be an opportunity for you. I'm just going to put that there. But yeah, stand your ground. So I think that links with the Capricorn, because that's how Capricorns are. Like, they're very, like, they stand their ground for sure. I've been around and I am around a lot of Capricorns a lot of the time. Well, I was, I should say. But sometimes. Anyway, I'm just getting so many cards. But yeah, there's definitely opportunities coming to you. So I think it's like saying take those opportunities and really tap into this energy, this Capricorn energy of, like, be unbreakable. Be the leader. Tap into your determination. It's there. It's interesting because it says reserved for Capricorn, and Aquariuses are also very reserved and can be cold, or aloof, as people say. But I think that there's a reason for that too. Maybe that's popping up for a reason, and maybe you've been feeling like that, like, oh well, just kind of aloof to it, like not, it wasn't in the forefront of your brain kind of thing. But yeah, tap into your passionate, resourceful energy, your dedicated, determined, that's what I'm getting, is the determined energy. Because you are very determined. So just focus on that. Anyway, I think you guys get it. And then we have valiant courage. I'm not looking at the camera, but okay. Take action with passion. Yes, take action. And I think that's just kind of supporting what I've been saying about the Capricorn energy. I just said passionate too. It's passionate. And just know, like, you know, like I said, your art is beautiful. Whatever you do creatively, it's beautiful. It's wants to be seen. That's what I'm getting. So be confident about it, because that's the truth. It wants to be seen. So that should help you feel more confident about it and wanting to go forth and put it out there. And then I see that there's this little tent here, and I feel like maybe that's like a art show type. So that's what I'm getting from it. It's like an art show. You might be displaying your art somewhere. Doesn't have to be physical. Like, it's just what I'm getting, like that energy of displaying it and being somewhere where there's a lot of people that are going to see it. It could just be online as well, you know. Okay. And then I have these cards as well. And I didn't get to the moon reversed yet, but I have higher perspective and then fun. So I think the way to get to all this is through fun, through being lighthearted. Do what excites you. And I get that being the artist that you are and doing this art, it's exciting to you. Happy energy. It makes you happy. So continue to do that and use that to propel you to put this art out there. And then a higher perspective, it's like saying, here's an interesting thing to think about. The artist usually, when they're painting, they'll look close up to the painting when they're doing it, and then they will also pull back and look at the art from far away, because they want to make sure that it looks good, like in all angles, or, you know, all distances. So you could use that as a metaphor as well. Like, maybe you're just concerned or self-conscious about all these details, or all these how do I say this? Like, how you're going to get there, or how is all this going to happen? It's like saying, look at it from a higher perspective, a bird's eye view. And maybe, like, the things that you felt were so hard to do, or like it was weighing on you heavily to do this, it's like once you see it from a higher perspective, it's going to look so small to you, if that makes sense. Like, all these little things that you felt like were stopping you are going to end up being like, you're going to look at it and be like, wait, why was I so worried about that? That's silly. Or like, that's nothing, you know, like, because you're up there so high that you don't even care anymore about these little things, because right now they're big things too. But all in all, they're really not. And I think, there we go with the moon. That's where the moon comes in. I love this, how accurate things come in. So the moon is basically saying that the moon reverse is that it's just an illusion that you think that these things are big. They seem big, they look big, they feel big to you. They feel like they can't be overcome, but the truth is that they can with this higher perspective. And the moon shines light on what is in the dark, what's not seen. And like, I mean, obviously the moon is in the sky. It's not like it's going to be down here, but it's, you know, the moon's looking down and looking at all this and saying, wait, look at me. I'm bigger than all this. And it's interesting how it's really like a sun. Looks like a sun and then a moon in it. I never realized that. And then these two pillars, it's like saying go through. There's like a passageway. There's like a rite of passage with all of this. So once you move through that rite of passage, which is the higher perspective, be the moon itself. Look at the darkness. Look at what's below. I mean, there's many meanings to this card, but that's what I'm getting from it right now. And you'll be on your way. You'll be over here. You'll be down here. You know? Because right now, you're right here. You're like the scorpion. And then that's another connotation. Like, we could go on and on about that as well. But you're at that level right now because of where your mindset is at. And that's okay, because that's why you are so creative, because you see things that other people don't see. But it's like, in order to put that out there into the world, you have to have a higher perspective. Instead of like switching your energy from the scorpion to the moon. This is just what I'm getting. Like, I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes. I'm just saying it because I feel it and I'm channeling that. And, yeah, and maybe just like accept and like embrace any difficulties that come with it. You know, like this one says, blocked. Your energy is too blocked or guarded. Try to loosen up by doing something you love. Can you guys see that? Okay. So I think that relates to this. Oh, sorry, this was reversed. The moon energy. Reversed. Because you don't want to, I hate to say it, but sometimes you maybe don't want to see the truth of it, but it's not, like, you're honest with yourself, but then maybe you don't want others to see it for some reason, like your art or like putting your creativeness out there. Yeah, your intuition speaking to you and saying, come on, it's okay, we can go, you know. There's opportunities ahead. You know, put the hard work in, which you've already done. It's just kind of like, okay, there's a couple more things that it's like it needs to push you or something. Or you need to push yourself a little bit, not in a forceful way, but just, you know, because you're blocked, so you're guarded. Loosen up, you know. Have some fun. Maybe that's just, like I said, that's the key. Like, have fun on the way there, you know. With this card, too, take action with passion. Don't just take action, you know, but take action with passion. Don't just do it. Do it because you want to do it. Find that want. Find that passion and figure out a way to get there. Through that passion, through that want, through that fun. way of doing things. Like, just try to lighten up, loosen up, and lighthearted. So lighten up and loosen up. Sorry, guys. And don't deceive yourself, you know? Because you deserve to be seen and heard. And your art does too. Okay. Or like, even if you're not an artist, it's just like anything that has to do with putting yourself out there. Taking action on whatever it is that's important to you. Or something you've been working on. Look at that, guys. I love when the cards come out like that. Do something you love. Okay. Enjoyment, pursuit, interests, hobbies, activity, pleasure, leisure, passion. Take action with passion. Do something that you love to get to where you need to go. Go through it. I don't know how else to say it. Attract. It's going to attract this Capricorn energy. That's what I'm getting. So the more that you do this, the more that you tap into it, because you enjoy it very much. You love it, and you're very good at it. You're very passionate about it. Continue that energy, and that's going to attract that mental or emotional, like whatever's in your heart, whatever's inside of you is going to come out with ease. And I think you don't really even have a problem with expressing or getting out what is inside of you, to express it on paper or whatever, in music or whatever way that you express your art. But it's the putting it out there thing. You know? You're going to attract people that want to see your art, because like I said, it wants to be seen, by continuing. Just continue your passion. And know that by doing that, I feel like I need another card. But by doing that, you're going to overcome, like, the self-doubt or, you know, that blocked energy. And who cares what people think, too? I just want to say. Like, if you're worried about what... Are you worried about what other people think? Okay. So if you are, it says just enjoy it, you know? Because, again, pleasure... Satisfaction, grateful, joy, happiness, passion, zest, delight. I have a creepy face on there, but you get the idea. It's like, who cares if other people don't like it? Now I'm getting silly, but it's true. Like, it satisfies you, brings you joy, brings you happiness. You're in so much enjoyment that... Why should we care what other people think? And maybe you don't. Maybe you don't care what other people think. Usually Aquarius people don't care. And Capricorns don't care what people think. So, I think you already got that down. Unless it's friends and family. But I think that your friends and family are supportive of you. But maybe there are some people that you feel like judge you. Maybe they judge you for your art. But find those people that support you. Focus on those that support you in any way. And don't listen to the haters. Yep. Rise above. Rise above those people. And again, higher perspective. You know what you're doing. Don't doubt it. Don't let other people block you. And you're committed. Dedicated, loyal, faithful. You're faithful, you're loyal, you're dedicated. to your art. So if people don't like it, oh well. Let it be. I know I got a bunch of cards, but I'm loving this right now. Let it be. Move forward. Grow. Develop. Improve. And know that the blocked energy is just there to stop you. But you know what? You can use that. And you can propel yourself even further. You know, some people say their haters are their motivators. One more. Okay, release. So you need to release these ideas that maybe it could just be all in your head too. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily people, but I'm feeling like for some people, it is their friends and family or people that they claim to be close to you, you know, but like maybe they're secretly hating or something on you. But it's like saying no matter what, just release all of that. That's not important to focus on. Release that so that you can move forward. So that's all I have for that. And thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like the video, please like. And if you'd like to subscribe, please do so as well. I really appreciate all the subscribers that already have subscribed. I know I don't have that many, but you know what? You gotta start somewhere. And that kind of applies. Like, I think this reading was for me too. But it's like, just keep going. And who cares what people think, you know? You got this. Focus on your progress. Focus on the fact that you are doing this and it's going to happen. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you guys soon and have a good day. Bye-bye.